Brandon T, Houston. Do you see anything happening from the protests? Will mainstream media allow any protester the time needed to explain the problems with naked shorting? I don't know. I mean, the thing is, we're doing it on the weekend. We have to remember that. Like, the thing about weekends is that everyone can get the weekend off. Not everyone, but most people get the weekend off, and they can go, go down to the SEC, the various branch offices, or in DC, make the trips, and they can protest in front of an empty building. On a weekend, when all the A-list journalists have the day off, and you have a bunch of up-and-comers who don't really pay attention to be covering whatever events. That doesn't get you as much notice as protesting on a Wednesday afternoon when the building's full of people and all members of Congress are across the street in their offices seeing thousands of people march through. Doing it during the business day, during the week, way more impactful because you're blocking traffic, you're pissing people off. People have to listen to you, look out their office window and be like, oh my God, look at all these people out there. I'm scared. That is way more impactful than doing a protest on the weekend. This is like a baby protest. I would prefer just straight up general strike, just nobody go to work and be like, yeah, we're not going to do anything to fix this and just bring the country to its knees. But America's not very good at the whole general strike thing. We're not the French. The French have no problem going fuck you because they've got, nationalized healthcare. So who cares? And like a 60-year-old retirement age or something. But it's a start. It wets everyone's whistle and gets us out there. Getting noticed, maybe, hopefully. Hopefully we got some good numbers. I wish there's SEC branch here in Seattle that I could go, run around in front of, but the closest one's San Francisco, and I won't have a chance to get to San Francisco by this weekend. I was such a nerd when I talk politics, but you guys, politics is how the world operates, right? So you guys, this show is always good until it gets political. What do you think I've been doing the entire time talking about protesting and trying to get bills passed that helps retail investors? That's politics, my man. And if you can't look at Ron DeSantis and see Ken Griffin, then why are you even in this movement? That's why it should be a purity test at this point. Like, the man who is doing everything he can to screw you over is specifically supporting this one candidate to continue screwing you over. And you're like, well, harumph, I like that candidate. Why? What is about that candidate you like so much? Is it that he's bought and paid for by Ken Griffin? Or is it that he spends a lot of his time doing really hateful things? Like, which one of those two things are you going, yeah, that's for me? If it's both, well, there's no help for you. So I don't know how to help you, man. Don't help you. As a non-American, what the F does AP stand for? Advanced Placement. So advanced placement courses, they're a silly little thing created by the Princeton Review. There's also the baccalaureate, the BC ones. But essentially, they're advanced courses for the nerd kids. And if they take this course in high school, they get college credit for it when they get to college. So if you take like calculus, you get the first semester of calculus knocked off your tab, and you can start with the second semester of calculus. So that's how it works. So if you take like advanced... Cat, why are you surfing Velcro right now? He's being destructive in the corner over here. So if you take like advanced government, you can have like your intro to government course in college taken care of, and you can move on to, the rest of your political science degree or whatever. That's what the AP stands for, advanced placement. I personally think that for at least the math and sciences, advanced placement isn't actually that good for students. Just from my experience as a teacher and as someone who was in, these science classes in college, math and science classes in college, that oftentimes what was taught in the few months of the AP course doesn't actually cover what's taught in that first term of college, and then they end up somewhat behind when they get there because oftentimes Calc 1's taught in the fall, Calc 2's taught in the spring. And if you finished your calculus lesson in April, when there's a battle going on. Finish your calculus lesson in April and take your AP exam. You don't take math again until the following January. A lot isn't in there anymore, and you got to teach them all over again. And it's annoying as hell because they're supposed to have this coming in. Monkey, don't. You can play with the cat. Don't put the cat's entire head in your mouth. He's your buddy. He's not your food. There you go. Sniff the butthole. That's how you do it. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down. Okay. I got one more question. I gotta run away.